Welcome to another video Pharmacon tutorial. In today's lecture, we will discuss about the drugs used in the management of gout. So let's get started. Gout is a disorder of purine metabolism in which there is raised plasma uric acid concentration. So this uric acid is a metabolite of purine. And this raised plasma uric acid may be mainly due to overproduction or impaired excretion of uric acid. Now the manifestations of this disease is the intermittent attack of acute arthritis produced by deposition of sodium urate crystals in the joints. Let's see the two types of hyperuricemia. First one is the primary and the other is the secondary type. This primary type can be idiopathic, that is of no exact cause, or it can be genetic enzyme defects. The secondary hyperuricemia, it can be associated with cancer therapy, which due to the cytotoxicity and leads to the formation of increased uric acid due to the cell degradation and DNA degradation. Then the next cause may be due to the drug therapies like thiazide, loop diuretics, pyrazinamide and levodopa. Like uric acid, these drugs are weak acids. So they will compete with the urate secretions on the secretion pump in the kidney and mostly in the proximal convoluted tubules. Now let's look at the drugs used in gout management. They are mainly classified into two types, that is drugs used for acute management of gout and secondly for chronic management, that is long-term control of gout or hyperuricemia. Now the drugs for acute management of gout includes NSAIDs, then colchicine and glucocorticoids. And those for the chronic gout include the uricosuric agent and the uric acid synthesis inhibitors. So first let us discuss about the acute management of gout, and it can be done by using non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs as initial therapy to relieve acute attacks, and the drugs include this indomethacin, naproxen and diclofenac. So these drugs are well tolerated and have powerful anti-inflammatory effects. Then about this diclofenac reaches high concentration in the synovial fluid, so they are used widely for this reason. Next is about the colchicine. This colchicine is an alkaloid mainly used to relieve acute attack of gouty arthritis. It is not an analgesic nor an uricosuric agent. This drug acts by inhibiting the migration of granulocytes to the affected area. And this is attained by binding with the microtubules. Thus it decreases the microtubule polymerization and migration of these granulocytes to the affected area are inhibited because this pseudopores does not work here. And again it also decreases the phagocytosis and decreases inflammation. And another important effect is that it is an antimitotic, so it can be used as anti-cancer drug too. It has some side effects, that is on acute use it causes severe abdominal pain and diarrhea, and on chronic use it causes ADR like hematuria, agranulocytosis, myopathy, aplastic anemia, etc. The third class of drug for acute management include glucocorticoids. And these glucocorticoids are effective and produce a rapid response. These drugs are mainly used in patients those don't respond to the NSAIDs and colchicine. The examples of these corticosteroids include the prednisolone and methylprednisolone. Next, let us discuss about the chronic management. First of all, let us see the uricosuric agents. So these are the agents that increase the uric acid excretion by a direct action of renal tubules. And the drugs include probenecid and sulfenpyrazine. These drugs are poorly tolerated and fluid intake should be increased by the patients consuming these drugs, that is to prevent urate crystal formation. because these agents can increase the uric acid in urine, and thus there is probability of stone formation. So fluid intake should be increased. And again, it should not be given in patients with renal failure because probenecid is ineffective and the glomerular filtration rate is very low. Now about the drug interaction with the probenecid, that is, it interacts with weak acid drugs like penicillin, cephalosporins and fluoroquinolones. So when these drugs are administered simultaneously with this probenecid will compete with these drugs and block the tubular secretion of these drugs. Therefore, the plasma level and the duration of action will be increased. Thus, the treatment becomes more effective. And again, this probenecid, it should not be given during an acute attack of gout, because the reason is that this probenecid mobilizes uric acid from tophaceous deposit to blood, and thus it will worsen the attack by increasing the plasma urate level, and they may also increase the number of acute attacks. Let's now see the second category drugs, that is the uric acid synthesis inhibitors. So these drugs, it works by inhibiting the enzyme xanthine oxidase. This enzyme, it converts the hypoxanthine to xanthine and then to uric acid. So the uric acid production is decreased, and this reduces the urate crystals in kidney, joints and soft tissues. The drug coming under this category is allopurinol, and the mechanism of action of allopurinol is that it is basically a substrate for xanthine oxidase. So when xanthine oxidase acts on allopurinol, it gets converted to alloxanthine, and now this alloxanthine is a suicide inhibitor, that is a non-competitive one, which inhibits its own metabolism by inhibiting the xanthine oxidase. This allopurinol, it is administered orally, and it is the drug of choice of asymptomatic gout, and it can be also used in chronic gout as well, and in hyperuricemia associated with cancer therapy. The main ADR includes hypersensitivity, then Stevens-Johnson syndrome, and GIT effects, that is severe nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and occasionally hepatotoxicity. Now, an important drug interaction seen with 6-mercaptopurine and allopurinol is that this allopurinol will interfere with the metabolism of 6-mercaptopurine, and thereby it inhibits the xanthine oxidase, and so the effect of this 6-mercaptopurine will be increased. So allopurinol is used in cancer patients receiving chemotherapy to reduce the hyperuricemia and decrease the dose of 6-mercaptopurine and also the side effects associated. The next drug coming under this category is the febuxostat, and this is given in patients who don't tolerate allopurinol. But the problem with this febuxostat is that it is hepatotoxic. Next drug is the rasburicase. It is actually a recombinant technology produced urate oxidase enzyme. Now what it does is that it oxidizes the uric acid to allantoin, which is secreted effectively in the urine. The ADR associated is the hypersensitivity reaction. So that's all about the drugs used in the management of gout.